Hi there, it is Sunday, June the 2nd, and I have a lap full of cuteness to show to you. So on May 28th, Violet had her litter of puppies. We have 6, 3 boys and 3 girls, and we want to introduce them to you. So we will go ahead and start with Green here since he's trying to climb out of my lap. They think I'm Mama and they can't figure out why they can't find any milk. So let me show you. This litter as a whole is very deep in color. Violet is a very, whoa, yellow's going sliding. Violet is a very dark Vizsla, and most of these puppies are getting her dark coloring. I don't know if you can see the comparison. Yellow is a little bit lighter. Maybe let me compare her to one of the darkest ones, and maybe that'll show up best on my camera. I don't know if it's picking up the difference, but yellow is a little bit lighter than the rest of the litter, but all of them are still quite on the dark side. There's not a right and wrong to that. They can be a variety of tones of rust. It's just, there's a variety there. But this litter is tending to be quite dark. We've got orange completely buried. Let's pull him out. Quite dark. They're getting that coloring from their mama. All right, so let's see here. Well, I guess we'll start with the girls since purple's now is in my hands. I'll show you the girls first. So quite dark color, like we mentioned. Right now, their ears and their eyes are closed. Those will open between 2 and 3 weeks of age. So another week to 2, probably being a little bit closer to the week, more than the 2 weeks, so that their eyes will be opening. Their ears right now are also shut. So if we look here in her ear, there is no ear canal open. It's just shut right there. Yellow went for right off my lap. Wiggling, wiggling. And their ears are quite small and thick and almost a waxy texture. As they continue to grow, their ears will become longer and hang down on their face, more like you would expect the size to be. They will thin out to where they're quite thin, and about the same time their eyes open, their ear canal will also open, and then they will be able to see and hear, which is a whole new experience for them. Right now they're dependent solely on their sense of smell, which is very acute and impressive. They can smell where their mama is in the litter box, and they can even smell the milk. So if they're on her back, they know to move around to her tummy, even though they can't see. And that's how they're so good at being able to find the milk and be able to eat, so they can grow cute and chubby. These puppies are growing wonderful. Violet's a great mom. She's taking excellent care of them. Now Pink's going to try and climb off. They're wiggling all over trying to find where mom is. All right, well, we're going to show you each puppy and their individuality. Vizslas can have white markings, and that is fine as long as they are on the chest area or the toes. White markings on other places of their body is not within breed standard. It doesn't mean they're a bad dog, but they would not be used as show dogs, and it would be discouraged to use them for breeding as well, since they have a marking that is not within breed standard. But they can still be excellent dogs for anything else. That is purely a looks thing. It goes no deeper than that. Beauty is skin deep, right? So they could still be excellent dogs for anything else. Those markings come because the breeds that were mixed to create the Vizsla, many of them have white markings. And so that's why you'll sometimes see white markings on some Vizslas, and others don't have white. And there's not a right or wrong, it's just variety. So let's show you Purple. If we roll her back, and look, she is solid up here in her chin, nothing there, nothing on the chest. Oh, we got those crawling off again. There's nothing on the front paws. If we look at her back paws, there is a chance as she grows, there might be the teensiest tiny bit of white right by the toenails on these back toes. It may stay, it may go away. Sometimes really faint markings don't stay and go away. We'll just have to watch and see. But if she does, it would be like right at the very tip of the nails. So she is, pretty much a solid dog. That's not probably going to be hardly even a noticeable thing, even if it stays. One thing she does have, it's not white, but a little bit lighter area right here on her side. And I don't know if that is just a different texture of the hair. When they're born, they actually have stripes. They call them tiger stripes, and as the mama licks and cleans them up, those go away. So I don't know if that's just left over from that and is going to go away, or if that will stay. Again, it's not white markings. It's still a red color. It's just a little bit lighter red. So we'll have to watch and see what happens on her left side right there. See what that becomes. But she is most likely going to be a solid Vizsla. All right, let's move to some other puppies here. So let's grab Pink. We'll do the girls. Okay, again, very deep coat color on her. Cute, as my dad would say, cute as a bug's ear. My kids think that is the craziest saying in the world, but she is adorable. Now Green is climbing off my lap. Come here, babies. Come here. Okay, let's roll Pink back and just take a look at her. If we look, there's nothing here in the chin area. She does have a chest marking right here, just a little tiny marking by the cowlick of her chest, quite small. Sometimes these small ones will stay as they grow, and sometimes those ones that are that small and faint will actually go away. It's just something we have to watch and see what happens with them. Her front paws are solid, and if we can get her back paws to show, her back paws are solid as well. One thing that is very unique about Pink, her daddy River has a little dimple in his nose, and not many of his puppies have gotten it. She might be the second or third puppy in all the times that River has been bred that has inherited this. But if you can see right there, there's like a little teeny tiny dimple right there behind the skin part of her nose, right at the beginning of the fur part, that she has inherited from her daddy. So sometimes that's really fun to have something that's in a breed that tends to look a lot alike. Sometimes people really like the markings or unique things like this because it gives their puppy some individuality. She certainly has that. There's not many Vizslas that have a dimple in their nose, so that is kind of fun and cool. All right, and now we'll grab our third girl, which is Yellow. She is the lightest of this litter. I still would not call her a light Vizsla. She's probably more typical in color, and the rest of these are unusually dark. She's not much lighter, but a little bit lighter than the rest of the litter. We will roll her back and take a look at her fur. All right, so if we tip her head way up, there's nothing in the chest, in the chin and neck. She does have a teeny little cowlick marking right there. Again, small enough it could fade away or it could stay. We will just, sorry, I'm getting shadow trying to show you. You can see it there now that she's out of the shadow. It could stay, it could fade. We'll just have to watch and see. If we look at her paws, solid front, and there might be a slight highlight on these left toes right at the very, very tips. It's hard to tell at this point. We'll have to watch that and see. If it is, it's like just right around the toenail. Would be the only place that that's going to be. It's not a solid white marking, but maybe a highlight there. And if you look here, let me show you on her. This right here is a scab that is starting to come off from where her dew claws were removed. Vizslas have their dew claws removed. They're basically a thumb. And the reason that is done for this breed is because they are hunting dogs and very high energy dogs and exceptional runners. Sometimes they can actually rip that dew claw, that toe, right off running through brush and wilderness areas. And so that is just removed as a young pup. It's much less traumatic to just cleanly remove it than to have it get ripped off later on in life. Their tails are also shortened. So her tail was originally out to about here. With Vizslas, you leave 2/3 of the tail and take off 1/3. which is a little bit unique. Most pointers have a tail shorter than this. You take off more, but a Vizsla, 2/3 is left. It's a field dressed tail. So their tails are short as well. That is done super early in life, before their nervous system is fully functioning. Obviously their eyes and their ears, aren't working. Their nervous system is not fully developed. And so they say that they don't actually feel much of it because the nerves out there in the extremities aren't super sensitive yet. So that was done when they were 3 days old. The reason for the tail being done is Vizslas have a thinner tail than, say, a lab. And before these were taken off, out at the tip, they're really quite dainty and thin. And they're thin enough that as they get running through things and wagging their tails, if they whack on something, they can actually break the end of their tail where it's thin. Again, hunting dogs, high energy, very active, so that is why that is done. I'm sure that it's not something that they enjoy, but more than anything, they seem to dislike being separated from mama and held still. Once it's done and they put them back with mom, they don't even act like anything has happened. So there are our girls. Now we will show you the boys. We'll start with Green here. He was the biggest one of the litter when he was born, but they're all quite similar in size. They only had about a 2.5 ounce range from smallest to biggest when they were born. So quite a uniform litter as far as size, but he was a little bit bigger. He may get his daddy, River, the dad of all these puppies, is a very large Vizsla, and we'll see, he may get that larger size. But at this point, it's hard to predict. Even a puppy who is bigger at birth, the litter mates can often pass them up as they grow. So we'll have a lot better idea as we track their growth and watch them for a while, as far as, guessing and projecting their size and maturity. But again, deep coat here, very deep coloring. Their coloring will change. They won't stay this exact color. When they're born, they have more of a brown color to them than they do at maturity. So it's not going to stay this exact color. But if they're extra dark at birth, that does transfer into their adult coat, being a darker coat as well. But they become more red and less brown as they grow. And right now they're just a super soft. As they grow, they also get more of a top coat to their fur, more of a, a little bit, not wiry, but a more repellent coat, I guess you could say, that kind of protects their skin a little bit better. So let's show you Green. Again, deep color. If we roll him back, put his chin way up high, nothing here. Sorry, I'm causing shadows again. Nothing here in the neck or chin. He does have a marking, little one. None of these pups have big markings. A little one right here in the chest. His is a little bit bigger than his sister's, so I would venture to guess this one is going to stay. It would surprise me if it faded, whereas the girls may or may not fade. It's hard to predict. And he is solid on the front paws. He's got a little bit of fuzzies from his blanket stuck to his toenails. Solid on the front paws. We lift him up here and look at the back paws. He definitely has a little bit of white at the tips of these toes on his back left paw. Daddy River has marked feet. He's solid everywhere else, but he does have white toes. So that is where that is coming from. Cute little guy for sure. All right, fuzzies. Let's show you Blue. Orange, you're kind of buried. Let's pull you out. Okay, deep coat here. Blue is really deep, really dark in color. A little bit smaller than Green. If we roll him back, chin way up high. We're solid in the chin and neck. There's a tiny little marking right here on the calic. And another tiny little marking down a little bit lower. So here and here, if those even show up on the camera. Those are faint enough. They do have the possibility of fading. We have solid front paws. And if we look at back paws on this guy, solid back paws. So these chest markings may or may not stay. If they do stay, they're going to be really faint ones, to where the first impression of this dog is going to be that he is solid, but upon inspection, there may be those markings makes it give just a little tiny bit of uniqueness to him. And then last boy right here is orange. Again, a little bit smaller than green. As far as the boys go, blue and orange were actually the exact same size when they were born. Deep coat. He might be a little bit lighter than blue, but pretty much the same, I think. If we roll him back, lift the chin way up high, buddy. Nothing here in the chin and neck. If we look at his chest, there's nothing in the chest area. If we look at his toes, front are solid, and back are solid. So he is a solid pup. So there you go, an introduction to all these cute little guys. The girls are now off in a different area because they kept wiggling around. So now I just have the boys. Let's see here, Adam's gonna hand me the girls so we can get a whole group shot of them. Just so cute. Some, like I showed you, have very small faint markings. Orange is solid. Many of them are thick solid, but with very small markings there. We want to wiggle around and look for Mama. But there is our cute new little litter that we're so excited about. It is just so crazy, so crazy how fast they grow. They're not even a week old and doubling in size. You know, it's just, the growth is amazing. So they like to wiggle around and eat and sleep, and that's about what they're doing at this point. Mama's doing a great job taking care of them. Once those eyes and ears open up, then they start to explore their world with all of their senses, and it's so fun to watch. Shortly after that, they get teeth and start walking, and then the world really opens up to them. So it's just so much fun. We have a puppy completely buried in here, which does not bother them a bit, but we'll try and unbury Orange so that you can see him. Once we started breeding puppies, our kids said to us, now we know where the saying doggy pile comes from. And it's true. They have a great sense of security in piling up with each other and staying warm, and they just love to do that, to all just pile up together. Pink's trying to scoot right out. Anyway, we are just pleased as punch with this litter. They're cute as can be, beautiful dogs. When the vet did their tails and dew claws at 3 days, he gave the thumbs up report that they all looked absolutely healthy, beautiful, well-formed, no issues, no problems. So we're just thrilled, and we love Mom, we love Dad, wonderful dogs. So we just have great and super high expectations for these pups, and we're excited for the families that get to bring them into their family and love them and have them bring so much joy and richness into their lives.